So the exam preparation, so of course that has a more weightage, but your presence of mind, your entire attitude towards such exams, and your habits. ना if you have slept well, कि दूसरे दिन एग्जाम है तो टेंशन में आप सो ही नहीं रहे हो, तो डर कि क्या होगा क्या होगा, तो एग्जाम में सोओगे आप। ठीक है। देन इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ द टॉपिक व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर लिंग्विस्टिक स्किल्स, कि आपको समझ में तो आ रहा है क्या आप क्या कर रहे हो एग्जाम में, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग द टॉपिक्स प्रॉपरली, दैट ऑल्सो मैटर्स। ओके, टेल का थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट पैटर्न है, तो टुडे वी विल फोकस मोर ऑन योथा। So let us look at here. First of all, let me take you back to the Goethe site and Goethe P1 exam. ठीक है? And I go here. This first. Okay, now these are the possible dates available. I would suggest you, if you're planning to write your B1 exam, at least attempt one module uh, within 2 to 3 months of conclusion of our course. ठीक है? Our class will end by July. At least before Diwali, you should appear for one module. वरना वो ना आदत छूट जाएगी और वो दिमाग से निकल भी जाएगा सब कंटेंट। ठीक है, फिर आपको फिर से सब रिवीजन करना पड़ेगा एंड दैट विल बी वेरी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग। ठीक है, तो एटलीस्ट appear for one module compulsory. I would suggest you to go for lesson, since we'll do a lot of intensive practice of lesson in the class. ठीक है, lesson और schreiben you try if you are going to write letters during this time. If not, go for only lesson, at least lesson. Hmm? Let us go look at this adults का, these are the available dates. ठीक है, now I just select randomly. You can just change it as per your center. If you go here, you will see this option. Single module is 4,700, and comprehensive exam, that is the entire exam, 4 modules, will be 18,800. Now I think that okay, I'm ready to appear for this exam, which is on 20th July. I go here, click on select modules. Now what I see is writing and speaking are fully booked. Okay, only reading and listening is available. So if I want to appear on this date or closer to this date at this center, I have only two options. Reading is available for me and listening. Then what about writing and speaking? Hmm? I have to either travel to a different center to write this exam, or I have to wait for this, which one? Delhi center to open another slot, which will then take some time. ठीक है, सो इफ यू गो हियर तो यू हैव टू प्लान प्रॉपरली। अभी इसमें भी क्या प्रॉब्लम है कि वेयर यू राइट द एग्जाम दैट मैटर्स। इफ यू राइट इन दिल्ली सेंटर और Calcutta center, they take a little bit more time to check your answer, this answer sheet, your papers. So give and take, I have seen them taking about 1.5 months of time to declare the results. Now imagine that you want to go to Germany. You are traveling there maybe in September, and you wish to appear for a B1 exam before that. Okay, or let us take next year's example. कब summer वाले के लिए you want to travel in March, suppose March April में. And before March you think that you need to have that B1 का certificate with you compulsory, clearing all the modules before you go. तो उसकी तैयारी you should start doing when we should start writing of the exams latest by दिसंबर और नवंबर। ठीक है, क्योंकि नवंबर का रिजल्ट आएगा दिसंबर में। इफ यू फेल यू हैव टू रीबुक द एग्जाम एंड अगेन वेट फॉर 1.5 months or 1 month to get the result. And if you are appearing for the entire exam, then there could be a possibility of you clearing it in one go, or maybe not the entire exam. If you do not clear, let's say, 2 modules of it, you have to wait. You have to rebook, restudy. Matlab, restudy is not the word, but you have to study again. You have to then appear again and then wait again. So that entire period of waiting, of reappearing, studying, it takes about 4 to 5 months. That's my opinion. It could be completely different for you as well. But you have to take a call. ठीक है? Nitya, one plans to the perform?
Yes. Can,
Yes. This is yeah.
can you repeat?
Yeah, yeah. When do you plan to appear for the exam?
In December.
In December. ठीक है? But do you want the entire certificate in December or do you want to appear for only module wise?
Anything works for me. I'll
अच्छा,
go
it's
for
not a
Telc.
must.
Yeah.
अच्छा, you will go with it. Okay. But whoever wants to go for Goethe, you'll have to plan in a different way. Even for Telc, it is different. Telc के लिए भी 1 1.5 महीना तो किधर भी लगता ही है to get the result. Okay, and once you appear for this exam, you'll get 4 different certificates. Hmm. If I show you certificate, Swighness actually, like this. Okay, listen, reading. And if you appear for all the 4 modules in one go, you get only one certificate. And once you clear all 4 modules, you get one certificate in the end, stating everything. Okay, so ideally the pause between the gap between two modules should be 1 to 2 months. So you can distribute it accordingly. If you want, you can go appear for the entire exam, entire 4 modules in one go, but that will be then hectic for you because sitting in the class for back-to-back 3 hours can be very draining. That because every tile almost is of 45 minutes to 16 minutes. That's very hectic on the body and then mentally as well. But if you're able to train yourself that much, then go for it. But you'll have to take efforts in that. Okay? Now let us look at the paper pattern. This is the same PDF from their Goethe site. I go here. Lesson is of 65 minutes. So just imagine that you're sitting in the class completely 65 minutes on your own. You have to solve everything by yourself. You have 5 questions, and in that, you have these many numbers of items. And every question strategy has to be different. That is what we are going to learn now during our exam preparation. Then we have Huron. Huron is 40 minutes non-stop. Okay, if you have seen in A1, the length of our audios used to be how much? Like 1 minute, na? 1 to 1.5 minutes. Then in A2, that length increased. Have you noticed? In A2, the audios were a little longer. Then in B1, we even had audios of 5 minutes. Q, so with every level, you have to make sure that you're developing each capability. You cannot directly start preparing for B1 at B1 listening at B1 level. You have to make sure that you're listening, you're training your ears step by step. It's a step by step approach, no? So 40 minutes back to back, listening to German, processing the reading part, again listening, and that we feel a little bit nervous as well in the exam. That also counts. So if you have not started preparing for listening, start it right now. Hmm. Then we have Schreiben. Okay, 3 section and 60 minutes on your own. The best thing about A1, A2 exams is what? You get the entire paper. So you can take multiple hints from the paper itself. You put noun capitalization you want to borrow from the paper. You want to borrow some sentences from the paper. Some rechtschreibung है ना, some spellings वगैरह तो वो A1, A2 में possible है. But B1 onwards, you get only one piece of paper जिसपे topics लिखे हैं. And now you have to write. So it becomes then difficult because you are completely on your own. तो एक्चुअली B1 का जो टाइल आइंस एंड द्राय है दे आर प्रेडिक्टेबल ठीक है यू हैव टू prepare like very predictable topics, and they keep on coming the same topics. Part 1 में you have to write a letter to your friend describing something. Part 3 में you have to write a formal letter. But part 2 जो है tiles 5 where you have to express your own opinion, that can be little difficult if you are not able to understand the words, understand the topic, interpret it properly. So Meinungen is what we have to focus more on. ठीक है? Then we have Sprechen. Sprechen is for 15 minutes, and for this, you get 15 minutes of Vorbereitungszeit. Okay, anybody has questions about this? Okay. Now let us look at one by one. Okay, first of all, lesen. Lesen, first tile is of 10 minutes, and in this tile, you have a paragraph. Okay? This is usually a blog post. Somebody is narrating something from their life. You have to interpret this, and then you have to come to this section and then solve richtig or falsch. Okay, the answers are then sequential. So you read the sentences, you go to the paragraph, then move on to the next sentence, go to the paragraph. Okay? Ideally, you should be able to cover this in 10 minutes. Arbeitszeit 10 Minuten. But you have the entire possibility of maybe you can go to this tile 2 first, then tile 3 first. It's completely up to you. So when we solve this, you have to make a note of this that which tile is very easy for me, which one I would like to start with. So whatever strategies that I will tell you, besides that, you have to also form your own strategies. Because everybody's Lernmethode, na? Learning style is different. Lernstil ist unterschiedlich. Second one is divided into two parts. Okay? This Teil 2, 20 Minuten. We have a small paragraph, small article from maybe a magazine or a Zeitungs newspaper. And then we have to solve 3 questions. Then that part 2 continues here as well, where again the similar kind of an article from a newspaper or magazine that you have to read and solve this. Okay, while solving this, question number 10, it sums up what is given in this. So don't start with question number 10 and also this one. No, 7. You do it last May once you understand what is going on. For this one, you have to read the paragraph and then come to the questions. So, because for every tile, the strategy has to be different. All right, any questions in tiles 5?
Nine.
All right, now let us come to tile 3. Do you remember in A1's Goethe paper, we used to have this one line and there used to be 2 options to select from, or even A2 Goethe if you have appeared for it. Okay, in Lesen section of A1, there used to be like this. Only one sentence and there are 2 options to select from. So we don't have lot of options to confuse us. We know that one of them is going to be right. But for B1, we have an extension of the same. Okay? What it says is, here there is a common topic. Mario, the topic is here. Okay? Nach dem Ende ihres gemeinsamen Deutschkurses möchten einige ihrer Kolleginnen und Kollegen weiter Deutsch lernen und suchen dafür passende Möglichkeiten. This is a common topic. Okay? Which means that we have only one topic and there are multiple ads about the same. So these are the sentences, these are the requirements of your friends. Okay? Leon wants something else. Marietta, Maria, Suzanne, everybody wants different things. So what do we have to do? We have to go to this ads. Oops, look at this. This we have to process. This we have to process. Go down here. These many ads we have to process and then write that which one will be a suitable for a friend's requirement. So not everything is different. Everything is same topic. So we have to know how to differentiate, how to know each friend's requirement and then select accordingly. Okay, now here is a one thing that we have to take in account that für eine Situation gibt es keine passende Anzeige. For one situation, there is nothing. There is no answer. And that has to be zero. So here it is written E. If I go down here, this E is already done. Do not even look at it. Do not spend time in reading it. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 options. One of it is going to be zero. So one of this has to be compulsory zero. So if you're solving and while solving you found answers to all the questions, मतलब कुछ गड़बड़ है. एक तो जीरो होना ही चाहिए. ठीक है? And also let's say that you wrote a यहाँ पे और आ तो accent का आंसर निकला. मतलब accent भी गया, accent is gone as well as the 13th is also incorrect. ठीक है? तो we'll go through this strategies. I have build my some of my own strategies that will help you. And if you build your own, you can also let me know. Any questions about I'll try? Today we'll just go through the paper pattern. If possible, we'll also do Hurl. Let's see. Then in tile fear, Meinungen. Okay, read this topic and tell me what do you understand by this? Ist die Person für ein Verbot? Was ist die Bedeutung? Read this as well.
कौन सा स्टेटमेंट उसका पॉजिटिव है और कौन सा नेगेटिव सिलेक्ट करना है?
नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव मीनिंग क्या है यहाँ पे? वो ठीक है बट मीनिंग क्या है उसका कि क्या निगेटिव है क्या पॉजिटिव है?
फेयरबोट मीन्स नॉट अलाउड फॉर पर्सन.
हाँ, प्रोहिबिशन करेक्ट. सो और दिस ट्राई व्हाट डज इट मीन für eine Verbot? उसका मीनिंग क्या है?
Is the restricted for person?
In einer Zeitschrift lesen Sie Kommentare zu einem Artikel über das Verbot von Videospielen, about prohibition on video games, in denen in which viel Gewalt vorkommt, a lot of crime happens, is shown, is displayed, sogenannte Killerspiele, so-called killer games. So now we have to read and decide what if this person is für ein Verbot. मतलब this person is saying कि yes there has to be prohibition fear. और अगर वो person बोल रहा है कि नहीं it is not a big deal, then we will see a word gegen, against a verbot. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे we have these many Meinungen. We have to read them and decide through their words or through the tone of their Meinung whether they are saying कि should we go for a fair boat, मतलब they should be banned or they should not be banned. So यहाँ पे interpretation of this question matters a lot. Maybe all of your answers are correct, but if you interpret it incorrectly, आप उल्टा लिखोगे एग्जाम में. ठीक है, you can always read the first one, see why yeah is selected, and then go through the rest of them. But don't hurry. Any questions here? See, this exam looks overwhelming. I completely understand. But once we solve 5, 6, 7 question paper, it becomes easy. It's just matter of new thing and new exposure. Now let us go down. यहाँ पे दिस इज थोड़ा सा लीगल लैंग्वेज. ठीक है, यहाँ पे व्हाट डू यू सी इज हाउस और डॉग. देयर इज अ rules and regulations about some kind of facility. It could be a school facility, Kranken house, or do you remember we had done that tiny section from B1 Network Noy book, जहाँ पे jewelry and everything we had to arrange. कि what they're talking about now, the odd no. Same thing is here. That was about clinic. This is about the house owning. So यहाँ पे we have to use a method of elimination. कि which sentence does not match, we have to remove it. Say ये बना. Thus trinken for alcohol. So what do you think? Where will it come from this rules? Which section does it correspond to? Ordnung, Unterrichtszeiten, Störungen, Alkohol, Drogenkonsum, Rauchen. So where will it come? Das Trinken von Alkohol. Arey, the answer is so easy. Nitya, where will it come?
Alcohol on drunken
Correct.
costume.
Correct. Now we have to go to that section, read the information, then go to our question, and then use the method of elimination. Ki first line, na? Von der Schulleitung genehmigt werden can be approved by the school management. So does it does it match with the text? If not, go to the next one. If not, go to the next one. So whatever is the closest it matches or fits into the information given niche, we have to select it. Okay, so every tile you have to use a little bit different strategy. We have 5 questions, 5 different strategies we are going to apply for listen. All of these exams are actually extension of E1 only. Similar questions, but thoda sa difficulty level of course has to be there now. Okay, now this was about lesen. Let us now look at hören part. Hören, 40 Minuten. We have 4 Teilen, 4 parts. In Teil 1, Sie hören nun 5 kurze Texte. Sie hören jeden Text zweimal. Okay, so this will be played twice, 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 twice. So इसमें 10 बार you listen to the same thing. This you listen twice. So in the first text, there are 2 things. It is not just richtig oder falsch, but also you have to select the correct answer. Now the difficulty level has increased. Earlier it used to be either richtig oder falsch or select the correct answer. But this time it is both. But you have good thing that is just zweimal. So you have noch eine Chance, no? You have one more chance to select the correct answer. This will be played twice. So once this is played twice, you also have to read the next sentence, 3 and 4 together, plus this, and try to understand. The reading and listening comprehension is checked here. Then in Teil 2, now you listen to den Text nur einmal. Einen Text. Sie nehmen an einer Führung durch das Münchner Stadtmuseum teil. You're taking part through a tour in Stadtmuseum. München wala Stadtmuseum. So maybe the Führer is saying something and you have to then select the correct answer. But this is once. So if you lose your patience by 13th, 14 and 15 will then you'll have to just select Jai Mata Di and whatever comes to your mind, you'll have to select that part. Then in Lesen Teil 3 hören. Sie hören nun ein Gespräch. Sie hören das Gespräch einmal. Again, you have like 10 seconds, I think 1 minute of time to go through everything. That you can make notes. But you have to then go for Recherche oder falsch quickly. Lesen Teil 4. Sie hören nur eine Diskussion. Sie hören die Diskussion zweimal. So यहाँ पे there are 3 people. There is moderator, which is the host or hostess. Then we have 2 guests. ठीक है? So these 3 people are going to discuss about some kind of topic. Diskussion am Abend. Sollen Kinder, kleine Kinder in die Kinderkrippe gehen? This is our topic. So through the texture of the person's voice, you have to decide through their sound, texture, their voice, etc. Who has said this sentence? Is it said by the woman, the man, or even the host? Since it is a moderator, there are 2 men and there is 1 woman. And sometimes it is easy to understand through if there are like thoda sa young awaz, no? Young's voice, then it is easy to distinguish between if it is young or some maybe an elderly is there in the this talk show. Moderator. Sometimes moderator they ask the questions, no? To felicitate the next point that you can guess. ठीक है तो your verstehen is not just your ability to listen but ability to listen, read at the same time, process the text in front of you and then match it to the words that you are listening. So it is both. Laser verstehen भी उसमें cover होता है, a part of it, and your verstehen, your listening skills. And that's it about hearing. Any questions you have? Okay. Let us go to Shriven now. 60 minutes. If you are a part of, if you decide to appear for the entire exam in one go, then Lesen and Huron will be taken one after another. I think they first start with Huron, then the Lesen students come in, and the Huron students, if they have just booked one exam, they go. Lesen students come. And after that, Lesen and Shriven, I think that is all the students will come together back to back. So if you are appearing for the entire exam, you will be in the classroom for 3 hours. Because for Yoran ka 40 minutes, वो 5 minutes to write the answers on the underwater bogan. Then Lisan ka 40 minutes, Lisan ka 60 minutes, and then Shravan ka 60 minutes. So that's why I suggest not to go for the entire exam because वो फिर थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाता है mentally. But if you have to go, up to you. Teil 1. Okay, Arbeitszeit 20 Minuten. Sie haben vor einer Woche Ihren Geburtstag gefeiert. Eine Freundin oder Freund oder Freundin von Ihnen konnte nicht zu Ihrer Feier kommen, weil er oder sie krank war. Okay, so the first section of this writing is always going to be descriptive. You are going to write to a friend. Always, it is always an informal letter. It could be one friend, multiple friends, a group of friends, a male friend or female friend. You have to understand it properly. Hmm? तो यहाँ पे Viva the fire. You cannot just simply write the fire was the celebration was good. That would work for even. यहाँ पे you need to know how should I describe a celebration. ठीक है, and you have to write about 80 words. तो थोड़ा सा will go into that greetings, थोड़ा सा will go into the closure of it mit feel aggressor वगैरह. बट वो जो बीच वाला पार्ट है that matters a lot. Are you covering all 3 points? Okay, are you covering, how are you describing? Are you using Doppelkonjunktoren, Konjunktiv 2, adjective ending? Now that we have learned adjective ending and passive voice. Or if you have understood the topic, that also matters. Now here, you have to talk about something that has already happened. So naturally, everything needs to be in participle 2 or even preteritum or plusquam if you are using nachdem sentence. But are you writing everything in present tense? Then you'll get a either 0 or less marks. So tile eins is always going to be description of something. It could be a Radausflug, a cycle tour that you have taken. It could be that you want to take a trip with your friend. वो allow. So you're telling your friend कि चलो इस जगह पे जाते हैं. Let's have fun there. So what is given there? It could be a Sprachkurs that you want to visit. So all the events of your life, just think of all the events. And how do you then describe them? How do you describe a person? So you should be able to describe things, events, person. Are you able to use Konjunktiv 2? Now, are you able to use a Doppelkonnektoren that everything is required in the first time? Along with that, thoda enhanced language, not the even A2 language. Then in tile 2, which is then little difficult because every time it can be difficult. This you can prepare. Now, key 10 adjectives to describe a person, 10 adjectives to describe a party, 10 adjectives to describe a language course. This can be done using my material that I will give you, but also through ChatGPT you can just do that, prepare that. That's not an issue. यहाँ पे you have to read a Meinung. ठीक है, in a Diskussionssendung zum Thema, some kind of Thema will be there. Persönliche Kontakte und Internet, that's our topic here. तो आपको you have to read this opinion and based on this opinion you have to write your own opinion. Whether do you agree to this person, whatever he or she is saying, and what is your opinion about it? How do you justify it? Okay, so that also matters. Meinung about 80 words you have to write. So ऐसा नहीं है कि सब रेड मिटल जितने हमको पता है उतने वो सिर्फ यहाँ पे जाके यू हैव टू पेलने हैं रेड मिटल की पूरा टेक्स्ट ऐसा लिखो कि इट विल लुक ऑन दी ऑफ रेड मिटल बट ऑल द लैंग्वेज एग्जाम्स आर ऑल अबाउट योर ओन एक्सप्रेशन तो कितना आप एक्सप्रेस कर पा रहे हो खुद को दैट मैटर्स तो यहाँ पे गलत कुछ नहीं है सही कुछ नहीं है अगर आपको लगता है कि ये जो कुछ माइनुंग है दैट इज इनकरेक्ट then you should be able to tell why is it incorrect according to you. If you write it is correct, then why is it correct? So there are no, you will find plenty of this documents, na, all the ready-made material on a Telegram. But उसमें क्या होता है कि these are किसी और के thoughts है वो, they are not your thoughts. तो not you will not be able to relate to them, right? If you want to write an exam, then आपको वो on the spot सोचना है ना कि what do I think about this topic? How do I express those thoughts? So that is important for the growth, to grow more in this language. और else फिर वो क्या कोई भी रट के एग्जाम में जा सकता है. In our try, it is going to be a formal letter, okay, which is very predictable. You are canceling something. You're asking for some kind of information. You're telling ki ye wala termine is not possible. I'll come to the next termine. So, or you even topics such as you found something of someone, and then you're asking them, can you come to pick it up? So all the formal situations will come here. And this is easy. You can use a lot of conjunctive and verben with prepositionen. If you write like 10-15 letters, you will be fine in this section. Again, to summarize, first one is an informal letter. Second one is opinion writing. And the third one is a formal letter. Any questions, guys? Okay. Now let us come to Sprechen. Sprechen, das Modul Sprechen besteht aus 3 Teilen. We have 3 parts here. Teil 1, 2 und 3. Teil 1 में gemeinsam etwas planen. And by the way, you get about 15 minutes of Vorbereitungszeit, preparation time. Okay. Let's imagine that it is me and Nitya who are going to write this exam together. Okay. And we are a pair which is declared by Goethe Institute ki you both are going to be in the exam. And the next pair is Kshitish and Shilpa. Okay. So what happens is how it happens in the exam is they utilize the same time for 4 people. Okay? Ki, I and Nitya are in the exam hall. Okay, before that, we got 15 minutes of Vorbereitung side. So we are preparing something. So once we go to the exam room, Kshitij and Shilpa will be taken into a room which they will be seated separately. So they will prepare, and then at the same time, we both are presenting in our classroom. So they utilize the same time. Okay, and everybody's in the different rooms now. I and Nitya will be in one room, and Kshitij and Shilpa will be in one room, and there will be an examiner to make sure that they're not using any phones, any dictionaries, not talking with each other. So during the Vorbereitung side, you have to prepare, you have to write the keywords about the topic, which you can then use on the spot. Das Teil 1 gemeinsam etwas planen. Okay, it is about planning something with your friends. But the topics are a little different and they are also difficult. And this is also an extension of A2 where we had this baby topics now ki we want to study together when to meet or it is Rushika's birthday, let us buy a gift. So when to meet, where to meet. But यहाँ पे थोड़े से topics they are a little difficult. ठीक है, this is also for you Kshitij and Nitya since you will be appearing for Telc exam. I will now show you my own PPT, which we are going to utilize, by the way, in the class. Okay, this one. Can you see this PPT? Ja. Gemeinsam etwas planen. Sie möchten mit ihren Mitschülern aus dem Deutschkurs einen gemeinsamen DVD-Abend organisieren. Now, यहाँ पे you should not simply say कि okay, let us meet on Monday at 5 o'clock and was mitbringen, what to bring along, bring Salat und Pizza und Cola. No, that will work for even it. You also have to use a little bit of different vocabulary, little high level vocabulary. Salat मत बोलो, खाटो फेल salat बोलो. ठीक है? So use also little higher vocab and replace the basic sentences. इसमें भी are you pushing the person? You don't just agree to everything that the person is saying. You just have to also push back. कि नहीं, this does not work. Maybe on maybe Montag Vormittag does not work. Montag Nachmittag works. The first you have to remember you are pushing back, and the next one you're accepting. So one pushback, one accepting, and then let it flow as it is flowing. So the topics can be little different than what we are used to. यहाँ पे one of your friends from the German class has birthday. So now you have to plan a surprise birthday party for her. Then you have your Deutsch course is geht zu Ende, it is coming to end, and now you want to throw a Abschiedsparty. That is, you want to throw a farewell party. with a cook action, with a cooking campaign. That is, everybody will come together and then prepare something. Okay, so I have written down some 10-15 questions and then we will be prepping that. Okay, this is similar to Telc as well. Telc may be gemeinsam etwas planen. We have those topics. So again, this is the same thing that we plan with our friends. Now, we plan for some kind of event. We plan for Filmabend, TV-Abend oder etwas zu Hause. Na? We do plan something with our friends at home. Okay, and this conversation for both the partners, it will go for 3 minutes. Now, since this is gemeinsam etwas planen, that is planning something with your partner, it can go two ways. Three ways actually. One is you are excellent in speaking, your partner is excellent in speaking, and both of you are able to navigate through this smoothly. No problems. You are able to speak very properly. Second way is you are excellent, but your partner sucks. So now your partner does not understand the topic and he or she is not able to reply. That irritates you. कि इतना इजी टॉपिक है तुमको तो कुछ नहीं आ रहा है तो यू लूज योर पेशेंस. थर्ड कुड बी यू सक एंड योर पार्टनर इज ग्रेट. ठीक है, तो पार्टनर gemeinsam etwas planen is always going to be a little tricky because it is together. So in this cases, what happens is sometimes the examiners pitch in and they help you. They become your partner. They actually first of all try to push the candidate to speaking more understanding of the topic. But अगर उनको ऐसे लगा कि नहीं, it is not going in the right direction, they pitch in and they then have the conversation with you. ठीक है? Any questions about Teil 1?
This happened with me.
It happened with you, ना?
Yeah.
हाँ, sorry. अभी क्या करेंगे ना, अगर नहीं है तो कंप्लीट तो करना पड़ेगा. तो एग्जाम में यू हैव टू गो विद द एटीट्यूड ही इट इज यू यू आर देयर फॉर योर सेल्फ एंड वट एवर द पार्टनर डज इट शुड नॉट अफेक्ट यू एट ऑल. अगर आप
Yeah.
नहीं बोल पा रहे हो तो दैट इज ऑन यू, नॉट योर ऑन योर पार्टनर. यस नित्या.
The examiners were very helpful. They helped me keep the conversation going.
Yeah. So they also because they also want that you clear the exam.
Yes.
They are also there they are just to test your knowledge, that's it. They also want that you succeed. Okay, so they will help you. Now what is in our hands, what is in our control is Teil 2. Okay, in Teil 2, so during your Vorbereitungszeit, you'll be given a topic. They give you two topics to select from, then you select one of them and then you have to give a small presentation on it. Now tell me if this is something that we are already used to, because I think we did two presentations now. Third one, only one of you did. Here the topic is brauchen Kinder Mobiltelefone. So you have to now talk about it. Do children require mobile telephones? Your persönliche Erfahrung, your personal experience, die Rolle von Handys in meinem Heimatland. How is the situation in my home country? Vor- und Nachteile und Abschluss. So exactly the same pattern that we have been preparing since chapter 5, isn't it? So that is why I take this in the beginning only. So as we complete chapter 5, why do I add this? क्योंकि तब से then you build a confidence, ना? अगर directly during exam preparation we start talking about it, then it will be too much to process. क्योंकि आपको लेजन भी करना है, यूरन भी करना है, श्राइबन की भी प्रैक्टिस करनी है और प्रेशन का भी करना है. Now you tell me, Nitya and Shilpa, since only you both are here from our batch, do you think ये manageable हो सकता है? Because we have already covered like 2-3 topics of this. At least the read a middle तो बोल पाओगे आप,
Yes, a lot.
है ना?
Yes.
हाँ, तो that's why I do not wait until we finish the entire syllabus and then start preparing for the exam. We started from the beginning only. कि धीरे धीरे फिर वो थोड़ा थोड़ा करके आपका ये होता है, कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता है. Again, the same example. It is me and Nitya in the classroom. We did Teil 1, however it went. Now comes Teil 2. Ein Thema präsentieren. So I present my topic. My topic is this: brauchen Kinder Mobiltelefone. But nobody knows this topic. Only I and the examiners know. So now Nitya needs to listen to what I'm saying because she will have to give me a feedback and ask a question. ठीक है, तो इफ शी वॉज नॉट पेइंग अटेंशन, इफ शी इज इन ऑन हर थॉट्स कि मेरा वाला ऐसा प्रेजेंटेशन जाएगा, मैं ऐसा बोलूंगी वगैरह, तो देन शी विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. ठीक है, इट कैन ऑल्सो हैपन कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू टॉक अबाउट माई प्रेजेंटेशन एट ऑल. Now let's say that I give my presentation, I answer the questions asked by the examiners. Now comes what? Listening to my partner's conversation. So similar to me, partner has gotten two options and partner is going to now talk about one of the options. तो मेरा presentation होने के बाद I should not chill. I should be attentive for those next 15 minutes, the entire time, because I need to ask question to my partner as well. ठीक है, the topics can be related. जैसे यहाँ पे the topic is about mobile telephone and यहाँ पे it is about fancier, but they can be different as well. ठीक है, तो when it comes to sprechen and schreiben, it is something that is in our hands. If we prepare well, if we are good at speaking, good at writing, of course that will only happen through übung, only through preparation. Then these two tile are in our hands. Tile eins of sprechen, of course, it can go in both directions, either bad or either very well, depending on your partner and you as well. अब इस सब में what matters is your presence of mind. कि if you're solving something, you're solving lesson, then your mind should be in the exam, not कि it is wandering somewhere away, or you come across a word, you are not able to understand the word, तो you forgot, you lost interest in the exam and बाकी का आपने ऐसे ही किया मेहरबानी करके खुद पे और एग्जामिनर पे. वैसे नहीं. If you come across a hurdle, take a second and move on, बिकॉज अगेन आपको उतने पैसे इन्वेस्ट करने पड़ेंगे, उतना टाइम देना पड़ेगा, एंड योर एंटायर टाइमलाइन इज गोइंग टू गो अहेड, मूव अहेड विदाउट यू. विदाउट यू नहीं, इट विल देन पुश. ठीक है, अभी मेरा ये केस है कि आई कैन नॉट ईट एनीथिंग. ठीक है, पर्सनली बिफोर एन एग्जाम मेरे से नहीं होता. If I eat, I need to have a strong cup of tea, and if I eat anything, I feel very drowsy during the exam. So I need to just have a little bit of bite of something and then go to the exam. On the other hand, there are some students who do not, who if they don't eat, they they cannot concentrate during the exam. So depending on your case, you have to make sure that whatever your habits are, as per you're prepared. So the exam preparation, so of course that has a more weightage, but your presence of mind, your entire attitude towards such exams, and your habits. Now, if you have slept well, कि दूसरे दिन एग्जाम है तो टेंशन में आप सो ही नहीं रहे हो, तो डर कि क्या होगा क्या होगा, तो एग्जाम में सो आप. ठीक है, देन इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ द टॉपिक व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर लिंग्विस्टिक स्किल्स, कि आपको समझ में तो आ रहा है क्या आप क्या कर रहे हो एग्जाम में, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग द टॉपिक्स प्रॉपरली, दैट ऑल्सो मैटर्स. ठीक है, अगर योरन हो गया, वंस द योरन इज डन, तो भूल जाओ कि हो गया, आई हैव रिटन माई आंसर्स, नाउ आई हैव टू मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट सेक्शन. Okay, now we are going to solve a lot of papers, but just a last point, and then if you have any questions, I'll take them. This is just a question paper, okay? You will not be allowed to take it home, but whatever you are allowed to make some notes on it. But the final answers नीड टू बी ट्रांसफर टू अ डिफरेंट पेपर, ठीक है, अनटूवर्ड बोगन। इस पे आपको आंसर्स टिक नहीं करने हैं। इन इंडिया वी टिक ऑन द आंसर्स, बट इन जर्मन, दैट इज जर्मनी स्टाइल, यूरोपियन स्टाइल, इज टू पुट अ क्रॉस। ठीक है, तो आई रोट रिश्टिश हियर, एंड आफ्टर 2 minutes आई थिंक दैट रिश्टिश was not the answer. तो what do? I fill this up completely. इसको पूरा मुझे भरना है ऐसे प्रॉपरली, नॉट लाइक आई एम डूइंग राइट नाउ, लाइक दिस पूरा, एंड देन यू हैव टू पुट अ क्रॉस अक्रॉस द करेक्ट आंसर. सो दिस क्रॉस शुड नॉट बी लाइक दिस, पूरा ऐसे नीचे जा रहा है किधर, और ऐसे. इट शुड बी प्रॉपरली फिटेड इन द बॉक्स. इफ यू आर अपियरिंग फॉर डिजिटल एग्जाम, फिर तो ज्यादा टेंशन नहीं है, बट अगर फिजिकल एग्जाम है पेन एंड पेपर वाली, तो थोड़ा सा प्रॉपरली करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, फोनामा नाखनामा, दे हेल्प यू, दे गिव यू बिफोर द एग्जाम स्टार्ट, दे गिव यू 2 minutes of time to do this. This Teilzeichen-Nummer, I think this one, Prüfungsteilnehmer-Nummer. तो यू हैव टू फिल इन योर आईडी कार्ड पे जो नंबर होगा, एग्जाम एग्जाम क्या पार्टिसिपेंट नंबर, तो वो आपको यहाँ पे डालना पड़ेगा. Erwachsene Junge, they will ask you. So they will help you to fill this up. 2 सेट्स होते हैं यूजुअली आ बे, तो दे विल ऑल्सो हेल्प यू टू डू दैट. ठीक है, और जो शाइवन का आंसर है वो भी उसकी भी एक अलग से ही ऐसे एक शीट आती है, तो वहां पे यू कैन फिल इन योर आंसर्स. तो शाइवन कभी पेपर पे लिखना नहीं है, यू गेट अ डिफरेंट अनवर्ड बोगन जिसपे आपको शाइवन का डालना है. आई थिंक दे हैव नॉट एडेड दिस. हाँ, हियर सी लाइक दिस यू हैव टू राइट योर आंसर हियर. ये टाइल आइंस यहाँ तक ही आना चाहिए, फिर टाइल्स वाई fortsetzungen, that is if you want to write continuation, then comes टाइल 3. इनका जो मार्किंग सिस्टम है वो कभी मेरे दिमाग में, मतलब इट आई कुड नॉट प्रोसेस इट, but they have different types of criterias. Erfüllung, that is, are you fulfilling the topics requirements? Word charts, are you using the appropriate word charts? तो अगर आप B1 में आके गुट यूज कर रहे हो, तो आपको गुट जैसे ही मार्क मिलेंगे. अगर आप wunderschön, wunderbar, ausgezeichnet ऐसे वाले यूज कर रहे हो, तो आपको ausgezeichnet मार्क्स मिलेंगे. ठीक है, तो लेवल अप्रोप्रिएट वो क्या भी हमको यूज करनी है, हमको स्टॉप करना है, क्या यूज करना है, जेयर गुड. जेयर तो निकाल ही दो दिमाग से वर्ड, जेयर यूज ही नहीं करना है. वी वांट टू यूज एंड अ बेटर ऑल्टरनेटिव ऑफ इट, कि जैसे जेयर विस्टिश को आप निकाल के यू कैन से वेसेंटलिश ना, दैट इज इसेंशियल इफ इट इज मैचिंग द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. ठीक है, दैट वाज अबाउट द Goethe एग्जाम. Any questions? Okay, now let us quickly take a look at Telc exam. Goethe ke, I have plenty of papers. I have a book called Certificate. वो 15 question paper वाली एक book है. ठीक है, तो I'll be, that is actually already uploaded. Have you checked it by any chance in our drive?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
हाँ, you are तो anyway solving ना. तो ग्योथा का आप ग्योथे से स्टार्ट करो, आई वुड सजेस्ट, क्योंकि ग्योथा जरा डिफिकल्ट है, तो फिर टेल कितना डिफिकल्ट नहीं जाता. ठीक है, दैट इज माय ओपिनियन. क्षितिज, यू आल्सो हैव द एक्सेस टू दिस नाउ. मैंने आपके लास्ट वाले ईमेल पे ही किया था इसका एक्सेस.
Now I have this access
यू
right
हैव ना
now.
जर्मन ग्रामेटिक फोल्डर वाला.
नहीं नहीं, मेरे पास नहीं है, आपने भेजा नहीं मेरे
तो
पास.
आपने ईमेल एड्रेस चेंज किया है क्या?
हाँ, मैंने चेंज कर
हाँ,
रखा
फिर मुझे
है.
भेज देना. ठीक है,
ओके.
तो ये जो
ओके.
एग्जाम मटेरियल वाला जो फोल्डर है, इफ यू गो हियर, आई हैव रिटन दिस एग्जाम फॉर ऑल द लेवल्स. ठीक है, तो B1 जॉब पे अगर आप जाओगे, तो टेल्क, यूएसटी और क्योता का पेपर पैटर्न सिमिलर है, तो यू जस्ट हैव टू लुक फॉर इट. B1 टेल्क पे जाओगे तो यू विल फाइंड ऑल द टेल्क मटेरियल. जो मिलेगा वो सॉल्व करो. ठीक है, द मोर द बेटर. And then B1 Telc Youth. Okay, if you go, then we have this paper, so geht es noch besser. It has 10 question papers. This has 15 question papers. इसमें कुछ 3-4 है दोनों में इंडिविजुअली मिला के. गयोता के साइड पे दो दो तीन है ना. यहाँ पे एक है, यहाँ पे एक है, यहाँ पे एक है. यू कैन लिसा का भी सॉल्व करना, व्हाई नॉट, है ना. प्रैक्टिस के लिए क्या फर्क पड़ता है. तो वी हैव 4 हियर, तो अराउंड लाइक 40-50 पेपर्स, इफ आई काउंट दैट राइट. 10 15 25, हाँ, 30-40 पेपर्स. 40 तो है ही, 35 तो है ही पेपर्स वी हैव फॉर ओनली ग्योथा. देन टेल के लिए वी हैव मोर पेपर्स. ठीक है, टेल का थोड़ा सा पेपर पैटर्न चेंज हुआ है. तो 13 का पेपर पैटर्न थोड़ा सा अलग होगा, बट इसलिए मैंने उसको बुक वाइज थोड़ा सेग्रीगेट किया है. ठीक है, और टेल्क में एक्स्ट्रा क्या है, तो दिस वन Sprachbausteine, विच इज द ग्रामर. तो ये ग्रामर सेक्शन, अभी आई टेक यू थ्रू टेल्क पेपर ऑल्सो क्विकली. तो ग्रामर इज व्हाट वी हैव टू डू मोर इन टेल्क. तो आपका अगर ग्रामर पे ग्रास्प अच्छा है तो यू विल बी एबल टू क्लियर टेल्क इजिली. आई ऑल्सो अपलोडेड सम important material here and there I found. ठीक है, दिस इज द वर्ड शॉट्स. ये थोड़ी सी बुक डिफिकल्ट है, बट अगेन दिस इज यूजफुल फॉर यू फॉर एक्स्ट्रा vocab. Then I found some important, like some non-langrushi, that's why I did it like this. Content online. ठीक है, मैं इसकी कंटेंट की गारंटी नहीं दे सकती हूँ बिकॉज आई फाउंड इट ऑनलाइन थ्रू टेलीग्राम्स एंड डिफरेंट चैनल्स. बट दिस इज अ लास्ट थिंग दैट यू शुड लुक फॉर. ठीक है, अगेन इफ यू वांट टू सी हाउ somebody राइट्स इट वगैरह, तो यहाँ पे जाके देखो. बट डोंट ट्राई टू मग इट अप, उससे काम नहीं होगा. कितना मग अप करोगे. ऑलवेज ट्राई टू पुट योर ओन पर्सपेक्टिव सो यू कैन प्रिपेयर वेल. ये सिर्फ एक्स्ट्रा है, करना है तो करो, नहीं तो just ignore it. ठीक है, नाउ लेट अस गो टू आवर टेल्क. कितना टाइम है, अभी हैव हाफ एन आवर. I always try to download it from Telc's offline or online, this paper only, their site. तो फिर वो थोड़ी authenticity रहती है ना. Okay, Telc is divided into two categorization. First is written examination, which includes reading language elements, that is Sprachbausteine, grammar. Then we have listening and writing. So this is something that is new. There is no break. Continuously will be there. For how much time? 30, 60. So yeah, 2.5 hours तो है ही इधर. And then we have oral examination. 20 minutes of preparation time and then approximately pair के लिए 15. If you go down here, you will find mock examination. Let me open it. Okay, Telc 19 का ही है पेपर पैटर्न they are following right now. मैं इसको ऐसे करती हूँ. ठीक है, Telc के जो फर्स्ट है that is Leser-Verstehen. Just you can also look at here. We have Leser-Verstehen में Dreiteiler, Sprachbausteine 2, Hörverstehen 3, and schriftlicher Ausdruck. Then we have to write only one email. So it's halb formal or informal. So it's easy. This is doable. ये तो सिर्फ 30 minutes का ही है. And in Mündliche में हमारे पास 3 types है. Gemeinsam etwas planen, which is Goethe Stylines. Einander kennenlernen, which is also get to know each other. You ask each other questions, so it's also doable. And you überein Thema sprechen. ये थोड़ा सा difficult है. Let us look at it. Leserverstehen Teil 1 में you have some Titel, okay, some titles, Überschriften, and then you have to match them to this. So we have 5 5 paragraphs, and you have about 10 titles. ठीक है, तो इसमें से सिर्फ 5 ही मैचेबल है. Okay, again, you read the titles, highlight the important stuff, go to the paragraph, read the paragraph, and that then match it with the title. 5 text, 5 titles. Then you go down, okay, Teil 2, Leser verstehen. You have to read this text and then select the answers. 6 to 10. Language-wise, I personally found Telc easier than Goethe. But again, both of these exams have different challenges, different patterns. In Lesen Teil 3 lesen Sie die Situation 11 bis 20 und die Anzeige A bis L. Okay? From A to L we have to read. Finden Sie für jede Situation, every situation, eine passende Anzeige. And you can use it only once. But now, read this. Wenn Sie zu einer Situation keine Anzeige finden, markieren Sie ein X. तो मेरा दिमाग कैसे काम करता है ये, अगर मैं ग्योथ से आई हूँ टेल्क में, तो मुझे लगता है इफ आई हैव कम फ्रॉम ग्योथ टू टेल्क, हाउ डू आई अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज देयर कुड बी ओनली वन एक्स, राइट? बट नहीं, टेल्क में देयर कुड बी मोर देन वन एक्सेस. तो यू हैव 10 क्वेश्चंस, राइट? बट ऐसा हो सकता है कि 2 ऑफ देम आर एक्स. मतलब देर इज ऑलवेज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी कि वट एवर आंसर यू हैव सिलेक्टेड कुड बी रॉन्ग. एनी कंफ्यूजन इन लेज एंड टाइल ट्राई? थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है टू अंडरस्टैंड. There could be 3, there could be 2, there could be 3 is the max I have seen. I have not seen 4 yet. Any questions, guys? एटलीस्ट ग्योथ में वी नो कि एक एक्स हो सकता है, एक ही होगा ना. यहाँ पे ये ट्रिकी आई फाइंड कि इसमें ज्यादा एक्स हो सकते हैं. तो ऐसे कुछ एड्स है विच आर नॉट मैचेबल एट ऑल. नो क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है. फर्दर विल गो टू स्प्रक बाउस्टाइनर. यहाँ पे आपका ग्रामर टेस्ट होगा. ठीक है, कि आपको ग्रामर का नॉलेज कितना अच्छा है, हाउ मच कॉन्फिडेंट यू आर, और हाउ डीप इज योर, हाउ प्रॉपर इज योर नॉलेज ऑफ ग्रामर. यहाँ पे ऑल्सो देयर आर सम ट्रिक्स, नहीं बोलूंगी मैं, बट अगेन इट कम्स डाउन टू द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द ग्रामर ओनली. बट देयर आर सम थिंग्स कि आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाट इज मिसिंग इन द सेंटेंस, आर द verbs missing, are the subjects missing, if the second verb is missing, so you then try to find it out. So there are some things to work around it. It's not that difficult. But again, you need a basic understanding of the German grammar. Sprachbausteine के first इसमें there are 3 options to select from. But in the second, it is all mixed. यहाँ पे then again you have to know कि what is missing. In my sentence, do I need a connector? तो connector के बाद verb आ रहा है क्या? Do you see a verb? Then it has to be a Hauptsatz connector. If the verb is at the end, मतलब ये Nebensatz जो while, when, als, ob, वो वाले सब जो connector आते हैं जिसमें the verb goes at the end, वो match होगा यहाँ पे. Okay, so that we will have to work on. Then we have Hörverstehen. Okay, so lesen is now done. In Hörverstehen, Sie hören nun 5 Kurstexte und Sie sollen 5 Aufgaben lösen. Everything is actually richtig oder falsch. प्लस और माइनस ही लिखना है आपको. पूरे Hörverstehen में वही है. प्लस minus. ये zweimal है, second part. This is nur einmal. 5 kurze Texte. Ein Gespräch. So this entire is one Gespräch from 46 until 55. Wir verstehen 5 nur Texte und zweimal. Again, richtig oder falsch? Everything is richtig oder falsch? The nature of the listening is same, but only the questions zweimal mal oder einmal is different. Any questions in lesen or hören? All right. Then schriftlicher Ausdruck. Here, there is only one tile to this. You have to read this email. Okay? And then to this email, you have to write a reply. Okay, so first thing will be to see कि किसको email लिखना है. Now you have received this from your friend. So obviously everything has to be informal. You have to make sure that you are writing everything on do, dear, dish und dein. तो यही सब आना चाहिए एग्जाम में. If you are writing one sentence with do and the second sentence with z, गया mark. So you read this email and to this email you are writing to Mariana and then you have to reply her. And while replying, you have to make sure to cover all these points. It's only one time. But वही है कि आप समझ पा रहे हो टॉपिक को. If you're writing to a friend, it has to be informal. If you're writing to a Bekannter, Reisebüro, Informationszentrum, no, all of these things, then you'll have to write on formal tone. Any questions in Shriven? Kshitij, if you have questions, you can also ask.
No, everything clear. It's
No, everything
fine.
clear? Okay. Then let us come to mündlicher Ausdruck. Mündlicher Ausdruck में unterhalten Sie sich mit Ihrer Partnerin. Okay, so this is similar to somewhere Goethe's, no? कि we used to have those words Name, Alter, Wohnort. तो वैसे ही आपको आपके इसको questions पूछना है. So if you have been part of my classes from the beginning, how do we do it in breakout sessions now? We just talk freely with each other. We get to know each other. So the similar things you have to do here. So they just kennenlernen. So you have to ask each other, how was the weekend? Or what does your father do? How many people are there in your family? So all the personal related information, it is just to break the ice, nothing else. Just to have a basic conversation with each other. Now in second tile, you and your partner are going to get a same topic. Take a group and rise and group and rise. So Shilpa has gotten this and Kshitij has gotten this. So Shilpa has gotten this topic and Kshitij के पास ये टॉपिक है. ठीक है, तो दोनों को इस टॉपिक को एक दूसरे को बता के यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट दिस टॉपिक्स एंड देन हैव अ डिस्कशन विद ईच अदर. You have to also talk about your own opinion. ठीक है, the topic is same, the Meinungen are different for two different people. ठीक है, so when we come to this point, we will watch some videos on YouTube. There is one very nice video that I found for Telc. We'll watch that to see the entire flow of 15 minutes of video. And the last one is then gemeinsam etwas planen, which is then same as Goethe. Okay, what is the difference between Goethe and Telk in that sense is, ek to, the Goethe has 4 modules, Telk has only 2. Na? Goethe has like 4 modules, 4 module wise exam, and Telk has 2 parts only, a writing exam and a reading, the speaking exam. So Goethe case mein, good thing is that you appear for 4 modules and then you appear for 4, you clear 4, you fail 2 or fail 3, you appear for only that module. But Telc mein, if you let's say appear, you could not clear the written exam, which would include listening, writing and reading. फिर आपको वो पूरा एग्जाम फिर से देना पड़ेगा। तो मतलब यूरन जो तुक्के से निकल गया था वो फिर से डेंजर में आ गया। ठीक है, सो दैट वाइज देन योर टेल्क इज लिटिल ट्रिकी। ग्योता का क्या है कि अगर ग्योता निकल गया अपना, यूरन तो निकल गया, डन डस्टेड, क्लोज। बट फिर टेल्क में वो थोड़ा सा डेंजर है। ठीक है, अनदर थिंग विद टेल्क इज, ओवरऑल टेल्क इज कंपैरेटिवली इजियर, बट इसमें ग्रामर है ये वाला। बट अगर आपका ग्रामर अच्छा है, इफ योर ग्रामर इज गुड, तो आप पूरा पेपर खींच सकते हो ग्रामर से, स्प्रागबाउस्टाइन में। इंस्पिरेशन का थोड़ा सा इट इज डिफरेंट। एनी क्वेश्चंस गाइस? I have a little bit of cough, it seems. No questions? Okay. Do you remember in our mid-walk session today, I dropped one SMS message about this Sunanda who cleared her certifications?
Yes.
Not Telka. So now let me, I'm just wiping her Geburt tattoo. 1 second. I will just show you her paper. Just to maintain that privacy. 1 second. ठीक है. Okay, so this is the certificate that Sunanda sent me today. This is her exam result. She has been, uh, sorry, she has been studying through self-paced recorded courses. तो उसका ये रिजल्ट है, ठीक है। तो शी took this exam on 22nd for Goethe. Schriftlicher Prüfung में she scored 199.5. Look at her Leser verstehen. Leser verstehen में उसको full marks मिले 75. Your first, and this was very surprising and really proud thing for me to see कि your first में उसको पूरा पूरा मिला मार्क्स, फुल मार्क्स। Sprachbausteine, yes, थोड़ा सा कम मिला slightly. Schriftlicher Ausdruck में will have to work more on it to clear this. Mündliche में she scored 67.5, which is also good. ठीक है, कॉन्टैक्ट ऑफनामा दैट इज केनन लियानन, उसमें उसको 14.5 मिले, तो दिस इज डुएबल बिकॉज यू मग अप एवरीथिंग एंड गो आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस. Gespräch über ein Thema and then gemeinsam eine Aufgabe lösen. So overall she scored very nice. उसको कहाँ पे काम करना पड़ेगा? यहाँ पे श्रिफ्लिशर में, which is then doable ना, वो तो क्या कर सकते हैं हम इसमें. It is wonderful how she scored. But again, we should not stop working on this capability. We have to keep on working. क्योंकि वो वाला पेपर इजी था ना, फॉर नॉट इजी, ऑफ कोर्स शी हैज पुट अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट. वो वाले पेपर में शी वाज एबल टू स्कोर वेल. मे बी नेक्स्ट पेपर में सिमिलर पैटर्न में शी वोंट स्कोर. एट दिस हैपेंस विथ मी एज वेल. व्हेन आई इफ आई सॉल्व वन पेपर आई मे स्कोर वेरी वेल, बट दैट डज नॉट गारंटी माई नेक्स्ट पेपर, क्योंकि वो पेपर वाला कंटेंट ही अलग होता है ना. ठीक है, तो विच एग्जाम यू शुड अपियर फॉर दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन यू, योर गोल्स. Whether you want to go for Telc, go for Telc. If you want to go for Goethe, go for Goethe. दोनों में ही you have to put efforts. There is no what do we say, shortcut to the efforts that we are going to put in either Goethe or Telc. It has to be then similar for both. ठीक है, तो here is my plan. From tomorrow we'll start working on both of them. ठीक है. Our class is going to be 1.5 hours, right? We take it from 9:30 to 11. Gyothas का जो ये है, Gyotha और Telc both लेसन, that alone itself is of 60 minutes. Okay, डिस्कशन कर करके वो 1.5 तो हो ही जाएगा. So we will start first of all with Goethe. Even though you are going to appear for Telc, just give me this 1 month entirely. Okay? We'll start with Goethe and we'll do it section wise. Okay? Paper wise, that is. So I'll give you 10 minutes to solve this. You solve, we discuss, we move on further. Maybe we'll be able to solve only tile 2, 3 in one sitting, which is fine. We'll continue with it. Okay? तो ऐसे करके देन धीरे धीरे आई विल नॉट बी गिविंग यू द एंटायर टाइमर ऑफ 60 minutes इन फर्स्ट फ्यू मॉडल टेस्ट विल डू इट इन पार्ट्स ठीक है नेक्स्ट टाइम आई गिव यू 30 minutes टू सॉल्व दिस एंड दिस ठीक है उसके बाद आई गिव यू एंटायर 60 minutes टू सॉल्व कंप्लीट पेपर तो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि आप उसी पेपर के टाइम में यू आर सॉल्विंग टेल के लिए भी ऑल्सो वी विल फॉलो द सेम स्ट्रेटेजी तो वी विल डू दिस फॉर 2 weeks ठीक है वी विल फॉलो फोकस एंटायरली ऑन लेजन शाइबन के लिए आई गिव यू सम डेटा सम टॉपिक्स टू राइट एट होम इफ यू आर एक्चुअली सीरियस अबाउट appearing for Goethe or Telc put that effort ठीक है शाइबन के लिए ऑल्सो आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग माई ओन मटेरियल आई शो यू हाउ जस्ट अ सेकंड कौन सा शाइबन का या ठीक है शाइबन टाइल स्वाई जो है माइनोंगिन का विच इज देन डिफिकल्ट ना टू राइट ऑन द स्पॉट सो आई एम राइटिंग दिस दीज आर नॉट द रेडीमेड मटेरियल ठीक है दिस इज जस्ट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट टू राइट तो आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू दिस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ पीडीएफ प्रॉपरली ठीक है फॉर यू ओनली नॉट फॉर आउट नॉन लैंग्वेज स्टूडेंट जस्ट फॉर यू तो the verbs related to this topic, the adjectives, nouns, Vorteile, Nachteile, and then a tiny bit of Meinung that I would write if I were in your position. But this is for you to just understand. You have to write your own opinion based on this. Okay, this I'm creating for all the levels, specifically for B1. I have prepared so far. For B2, I have this much. ठीक है also for this Meinung and blah 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 stuff सब but it takes a while for me as well because मेरा दिमाग बहुत मुझे इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ता है मुझे क्या लिखना है कैसे लिखना है then I cross check it then I cross check पूरा उसका स्टाइलिंग करो ये करो तो इसको थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है तो anyway it is being made right now by me and we have plenty of material outside as well so I will keep on sending this every day we are going to write 3 letters Kshitij this is also for you अगर आप टेल का भी लिख रहे हो तो ग्योथ से स्टार्ट करना आपकी एग्जाम अगस्त में है ना क्षितिज
हाँ 18th of August।
हाँ बहुत टाइम है ठीक है तो ग्योथ का भी लिखना तो वो टेल का ज्यादा हेवी नहीं जाएगा फिर आपको
ओके।
ठीक है अटेंड दिस क्लासेस रेगुलरली सबमिट all of your writings now for exam if you are going to appear for digital exam I'll take your submission digitally if you are going to write with pen and paper notebook or pen पे you can write and send it to me ठीक है एवरीथिंग तो ये पूरा अभी 1 महीना विल बी लिटिल इंटेंसिव ओके इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू कमिट इट्स ओके ठीक है इट्स नॉट ओके एक्चुअली आई वांट यू टू कमिट बट अगर आप नहीं अटेंड कर पा रहे हो तो मेक श्योर टू गो थ्रू द रिकॉर्डिंग्स आप अगर नहीं लिख पा रहे हो तो उसमें आपका ही मेरा कुछ नहीं जा रहा आपका ही जाएगा बट जितना हो सके उतना कमिट ठीक है specifically for Kshitij and Shilpa since you have already booked the exam आपको
Yes,
इसको कमिट करना ही पड़ेगा
yes, ma'am.
ठीक है योरन का मैं ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर पाती हूँ क्योंकि योरन का इट इज ऑफ लाइक 60 minutes 40 minutes आई डू नॉट वांट टू लूज दैट टाइम ड्यूरिंग आवर क्लास तो आई हैव ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड योरन रिलेटेड मटेरियल ऑनलाइन विल डू वन योरन विल डू वन फॉर ग्योथ वन फॉर टेल्क ठीक है जस्ट टू गेट एन आइडिया कि कैसा योरन होता है बट योरन के लिए क्या है कि इट इज इंडिविजुअल एबिलिटी ना मैं क्या करती हूँ मैं सिर्फ आई प्ले द ऑडियोज एंड देन आई डू माई वर्क साइमल्टेनियसली तो योरन विल बी एंटायरली योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आपको योरन का ज्यादा से ज्यादा सुनना है ठीक है नॉट जस्ट एग्जाम मटेरियल बट रैंडम कुछ सुनो जस्ट ये यूट्यूब पे तेरा लॉट ऑफ मटेरियल अवेलेबल लिसन टू दैट लिसन टू आवर कोर्स का मटेरियल ठीक है। और लेसन लिसनिंग करते वक्त कीप योर मोबाइल असाइड कंप्लीटली, डू नॉट लुक इन टू योर फोन, जस्ट कमिट टू इट एज इफ यू आर इन द क्लासरूम, एज इफ यू आर इन द एग्जाम रूम। ठीक है। और नोट पैड कुछ कुछ लिखने के लिए रखो, टू टेक सम नोट्स ऑन। आई वुड सजेस्ट यू नॉट टू गो फॉर अ डिजिटल एग्जाम, क्योंकि डिजिटल एग्जाम के लिए शाइबन के लिए ठीक है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू राइट एवरीथिंग। बट लेजन के लिए वो नोट्स वगैरह लिखने होते हैं ना, फिर वो डिजिटल एग्जाम में थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी जाता है। हाईलाइटिंग वगैरह दैट्स लिटिल टीडियस अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, तो गो फॉर पेन पेन पेपर वाले एग्जाम। ओके, एनी क्वेश्चंस शिल्पा, नित्या, क्षितिश?
मैम श्राइबन वाला जो टाइल्स हुआ है उसमें फोर टाइल है, नाक टाइल है, वो भी मेंशन करना है उसमें, जो
नहीं, इतना नहीं, छोटा सा एक दो लाइन अगर वो अप्रोप्रिएट है टॉपिक के लिए। आपका कब एग्जाम है श्रावण का?
श्राइबन और या स्पेशल बुक नहीं किया मैम मैंने अभी।
बुक नहीं किया,
यूरन
ठीक है। लेजन और यूरन, हाँ।
यूरन और
तो
लेजन।
लेजन के लिए तो कंपलसरी आप एक भी क्लास मिस मत करना अभी।
नहीं
ठीक
मैम।
है। टेल तो टेल, ग्योथ तो ग्योथ, यू जस्ट बी देयर।
यस मैम।
ठीक है। मेरे पास एक्चुअली क्या है कि ये जो 15 वाला जो बुक है ना, उसके मेरे पास ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्डिंग्स है जो आपको मैंने दी है ऑलरेडी, शिल्पा।
हाँ वो देख रही हूँ।
ठीक है। तो मैं अभी क्या करूंगी, विल स्टार्ट विद अ मिक्स मेथड, थोड़ा सा उससे करेंगे, थोड़ा सा इससे करेंगे। जो कुछ रिकॉर्डिंग्स मेरे पास अवेलेबल नहीं है अभी, तो विल स्टार्ट विद दैट। और जो कुछ है अवेलेबल वो मैं आपको दे दूंगी, whoever इज रजिस्टरिंग टू द कोर्सेज ना,
यस
उनको।
मैम।
तो वी विल हैव मोर रिकॉर्डिंग्स ना
यस।
टू प्रैक्टिस थ्रू। हाँ, क्षितिज में भी आपको वो उस वाले फोल्डर का एक्सेस दे दूंगी, ठीक है। तो यू कैन स्टार्ट ऑल्सो गोइंग थ्रू दोस रिकॉर्डिंग्स, नित्या यू
Yeah,
ऑल्सो।
I will send you my email on your
हाँ
number.
हाँ, प्लीज भेज देना।
Okay.
ठीक है। तो अटेंड द क्लासेस, सेंड मी योर क्वेरीज वट एवर यू हैव।
यस मैम।
ठीक है। बहुत बोल लिया मेरा भी कसम, पांच में ऐसा हो रहा है आज अभी मेरा 8 का क्लास स्टार्ट हो गया है। ओके, danke, tschüss, wir treffen uns
Danke.
morgen.
Danke,
Bye bye.
tschüss.
Good night.
Ciao.